Sairam, Assalamu alaikum, a pleasant good evening, and a loving Sitaram to all. Welcome again to this program that we have every Monday evening by the Sangre Sai Baba organization of Trinidad and Tobago. Let me welcome Uncle Dennis and Auntie Leela. Right? I want to say thank you for accepting this invitation and just to ask you a few questions as long ardent devotee of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Let me start with Uncle Dennis first. Tell me something about yourself, Uncle Dennis. You're from humble beginnings, you know.
All right. So, well, first, let me say Sairam to my loving Sairam to Swami, who have blessed us this evening and giving us the opportunity to share some of the experiences that we have had with Swami. First, my name is Dennis Williams, and I am 74 years of age, 74 years now, and I've been living in Sangre Chiquito for the past 42 years. During that period in this area here, we have a lot of places of worship where we usually used to attend to. But now, since we are Sai devotees, we have now established the Sai Center at our home, which I will tell you all a little later about how we come about that. So with me here is my wife Leela, all right, and we two have been married for 48 years, so we have gone back a long, long way, you know.
Yes, very nice, very nice. Let me ask you, how did you first come in contact with Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba?
All right. So there were many times encounters with Bhagwan Baba, but one of the first one I remember is while working one night I dreamt Baba, and he said to me that where we was working actually, opposite that place, they used to sell a lot of non-vegetarian food. And I used to partake on a Friday evening. And one night he came in his dream and he said to me, that is not good to eat, that is not good to eat. And I didn't take it on because I never knew who Sai Baba was. I just remember seeing this figure, this person telling me this. And I continue probably for another week or two, but every time I go to the establishment, I remember this man coming in this dream and telling me that is not good to eat, that is not good to eat. And it eventually just went off, I just stopped. And eventually that was the beginning. That was my first encounter with Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai. You know, after that, while growing in the village, there were a Sai group through, and Leela will tell you a little more about that one, and she can probably explain that at this time, how she came about, because it was both of us right. So I'll ask her to just say that part, and then I will go on with the rest of mine.
Okay, Auntie Leela, how did you first encounter?
Okay, well, first when we came here to live, which is around 1979, we had this Pandit living across the road there, which is Pandit Loknath Dube's father, and his sister used to live across there. And they used to have satsang. Well, I had known the family before because one of the brothers, Pandit Dube's brother, was my godfather. So I had known him there, and they used to have satsang there. So they started inviting us to satsang, and it used to be Baba's satsang. Pandit Jairam used to come and do the satsang there. And that is my first encounter with Baba. Right.
Okay. And what motivated you to have a Sai Center at your home?
Okay. So now, actually what had happened is that we started with a public program. Brother Loknath Dube, he, at those days, they used to carry on public program every week at somebody's place. And they asked us if they can keep it here we had a big garage and whatnot. And they came that Saturday evening to keep this one night satsang. And having heard, the singing, and it was so beautiful that evening, we enjoyed it very much. Then it went to a second night, because they said one night we could do 2 nights because the place is big, and we did 2 nights. And after that, we loved it so much that was like once a month. So every month now we should have a public program. Every month we invite everybody, we have a program at our home. And eventually, we got engrossed so much in it that we decided that we could have this once a week.
Okay.
And through the encouragement of Brother Dube and Brother Kalu, we decided we will come every week and we'll conduct satsang at your place. So we used to keep it at the garage outside there, and every week we'll have satsang. And that turned out to be, we continued doing that for quite a long while, until when one day, or one night I should say, while sleeping, I dreamt Swami. And at that same time, we have had some financial problems also. It was the deep part of the recession, that is way back in 88, 89. And it was recession time, and we have had some problem financially with the business and otherwise. And I dreamt Swami coming, and it was right at this spot here where we're sitting today. Swami came in, and he spoke to me and asked me what I want. And well, little did I know much about Swami in those days. Too much, of course. I didn't know very much. And he asked me what I wanted. And I told him all I needed is that before I could get rid of this big debt that I have, and these worries that we have, this financial problem. And he said to me, don't worry, Swami will take care of it. Don't worry again. And at that time I was paying quite a lot of money to accountants, to attorneys and things like that. And because of what he said, when I wake up in the morning, I related it to my wife. And she said, okay, well, let's see what's happening. But it was like a big weight came out of me. I never felt so relaxed again, knowing that a court date was coming up. And it so happened that when the court matter came up, a miracle happened. When we went to court, the other parties who is the complainant in the matter, which is the government, because it was a tax matter, they could not find any of their documents. All the documents went missing. And so the judge had no other choice but to dismiss the matter. Because he asked them and they said they have nothing against us and they just dismissed the matter. How else could not do that could have happened except Swami coming into the picture. And after that, when we decided that when we renovated the house, we decided we will build the center right at this point here.
Where it is now.
Where it is right now. So we built the center. And you wouldn't believe this, that at that time we didn't even think how Swami came in here. It's long after I remembered, something, the center was built right where Swami came and tell me, don't worry. So the center just come in. Automatically, this is where Swami wanted the center to be, at this point, but this is why he came in here. Because there were other places he could have come and talked to me, but he came into this room. It was a little room, and he came there and he spoke to me. So that was my encounter with Swami, and that is how that's part of it. My other encounter with Swami is when I had to go to India. All right, Leela was supposed to go with my daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughter to India, and it so happened that last minute she had to do surgery, and having done the surgery, she could not travel. So then I had to take her place. So I took her place to go to India with the family. And of course my son-in-law is from India. So we went to Hyderabad. And from there we stayed a few days there, and then we traveled to go to Puttaparthi. And it was by car. So you can imagine the long distance. It was like a whole day travel From morning, we left home 4 o'clock in the morning, and we did not reach until 7 in the night, traveling all day. And when we reached that evening, we was really, really tired. And believe it or not, I heard that we have to get up 4 o'clock to go for darshan. And I couldn't think how we could do that, because impossible, right? I can't get up that time. Going to sleep, probably we went to sleep about 12, and to get up for 4 o'clock is very, very difficult. And you wouldn't believe, I was the first one to wake up that morning. And probably I was up about 3:30, get showered and everything and get ready. And then the rest of them joined me. And I went into the ashram. But we went outside of the ashram, because at that time, that was in the year 2000, we had to sit outside of the compound itself. And sitting there, we were there for a while. And then when it was time, some Sevadal came. And I don't know how it happened. They picked our group to go up. And you have so many other people, but our group was showered in the line that I was sitting in, was showered to go inside. And I got the opportunity of sitting down probably, I would say, less than 6 feet away from where Swami had to come, where his chair was there. Unfortunately, however, that day, Swami didn't come out that morning. But I could have pictured him being in that chair there all the time while we were singing and chanting and there. And after that, we went and do darshan. And well, that was it for us. In the evening, we had to leave to go back. We were going to Tirupati. So again, we were on a trip. But would you believe, just before we leave, we went to purchase some books. And while there, Swami was way up in the distance. And I telling myself, I said, Swami, you mean I come from so far, and I will not get the opportunity of meeting you? Because look how many people and look how far it is. And I don't know, as if he heard me immediately, and he turned around and he gave darshan like this, and I felt so good. I said, well, right, Swami, you want me. And when we left that evening to go to Tirupati, it was like going a never-ending drive. Like, I don't know if you drive a loss or what, but the trip was very, very, very long. And on reaching Tirupati, when we got into the hotel and we went to bed that night, I dreamt Swami again. And Swami was right there with me, and I bowed before his feet, he blessed me, and he told me not to worry about anything about home. Because I was so worried about home, knowing she had surgery. You know, I was really worried being so far away. And Swami said, don't worry, everything at home is okay, so don't worry. All right, and he blessed me. And I felt good to know that Swami knew that I was in India. You know, so that was my big thing. But at that same time, while I was there, she was also dreaming Swami, so she can tell you that piece added into it, so you can tell him what you dreamt at that point.
Now coming to that, and we don't want to leave out Auntie Leela, you know. So Auntie Leela, what is some of your
that part
memorable
of it,
experiences with Swami? And
Well, the most memorable and best I ever had was the same thing when he went to India.
Okay.
Now, I didn't know when he would have been by Baba. He just told me, well, in a few days I would hear from him because he was traveling to go and it would take so long. So I dreamt in the same time that he was in India. The same time he was by Baba. I dreamt that I was in the temple across the road there. And Baba came in the temple. And the place was so bright, like lights. It was very, very, very bright. And I wanted to go and meet Baba, but he up front by the altar. And I feel funny to go there, you know. So eventually, like, someone came and I went up to Baba. And when I went to Baba, he gave me his hand to bow to. Because when I had the surgery, I couldn't bow, I couldn't beg to bow. So I had a picture on the wall there of him with his hand like this, and I used to bow to that every day. So Baba gave me his hand. And when I bowed to the hand, that feeling I got there, you know, some people give me their experiences and say when you touch Baba's foot, it just be so soft like a baby. But that is the experience I had. That hand was so soft that when I bowed it, like, I was energized for days. I couldn't forget that at all. So I think that was one of my best experiences. And that is the same time that he was my Baba.
Okay, so
Yes.
so
So
very,
the
very
connection,
nice.
yes.
Yes, the connection is
Was-
so very nice because
Yes.
being husband and wife and away from and for so many miles away apart,
Exactly.
but yet the connection Baba had that, like you
Yeah.
felt that connection.
Exactly. The
That's
thing
right.
about it is that he probably was thinking about me, knowing that we love
Yes.
Baba so much.
Yes.
That he was thinking that I was missing out on something
Yeah.
of him being there and I here.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But I didn't miss out on anything because Baba was there with me.
And since this inception and this center, I believe every Tuesday evening you all conduct satsang here. And if I am not mistaken, Uncle Dennis was telling me, it could be on what occasion, it could be on what day. If Tuesday fall on a Christmas day, we still, the doors are always open.
Yes.
And it is so true. It is so true. And even if sometimes you all have to travel, the doors are always open for other devotees to come and conduct satsang here.
Yes.
You know, which is commendable. You know, that shows that your love for Swami. You know, by practicing Swami's teachings, you know, what impact it had in your life by practice reading his message, listening to his discourses, and practicing, not only listening, but the essence of it is practicing his teaching, how that impacted your life.
I would say for me, Swami is everything, right? From the moment that we got his darshan, both by all the time by dreams, right? I always felt that connection with Swami, and to me, nothing is done without Swami in mind, right? As you would have said about the satsang, yes, we were first what we call an SDG, Sai Devotional Group, and then we upgraded to what we call the Sai Center. And ever since the Sai Center have been here, we have been conducting satsang, as you know, every single Tuesday, whether it's a public holiday or whatnot, we keep satsang here. And Swami have taught us so much in our life, that our entire life and our family life, our children's, they are all, you know, into Swami's teaching. And I would say that if people, you know, think about Swami's messages or read his messages, it can very well change your entire life. The way you look at things, the way you see things, it can make you a better person. You know?
And what transformation you have, Auntie Leela? What from the teaching of Swami, what transformation it had in your life?
Well, it's about the same thing. My whole life was changed. My children's life was changed. Everything, everybody, you know, so calm and serene. It made my life, my home, everything just different.
Okay. And you feel so relaxed, you feel so comfortable.
Yes, it's just a big difference.
You feel so comforted.
I can't even explain it
Right.
because everything is so smooth in my life. That is the transformation Baba did to my life, my children's life.
And all that you come in contact
My
with.
grandchildren,
Yes.
everything.
All those
yes.
we come in contact with,
Yes.
is the same. You know, because Baba
And
has
since then
taught
we
us.
have the center, the same people, everybody just remain the same, like one family,
Yes.
one love.
Family oriented.
Yes.
And every Tuesday you have satsang here, but do you go outside, venture outside and do satsang? Sometimes if somebody asks you by people out and in that way spread the message of
Of
Swami.
course.
Yes.
Now before we used to have like go by every member house once for the month
Right.
and do the satsang. And then again somebody might have a birthday and invite us, and if somebody we doesn't even see in satsang and somebody family died and they ask us to come, we will make sure and go there because if it's one thing they will learn from Baba, they will learn something
Yes.
from Baba's teaching.
Yes. advice you would give to the general public to create a better society, with more spiritual and moral values?
Okay. I would say my advice to all is that know that Sai is real. Baba is real, right? And if you follow his teachings, you follow all his teachings that he ever had, he even said to us, there's only one God, and there's only one race, there's only one love. All these things that Baba have taught us, I would say that to tell the world outside there that Baba is real, and just read his messages, go to satsang and practice. Once you put into practice his teachings, it will definitely bring positivity to the entire universe, not only to yourself, but to the entire universe. All this pandemic and thing that we are having now, if every morning you get up, you wake up in the morning and you could say a prayer, not only for yourself, but you pray for the entire world, which is what we do at the center here all the time. We don't pray for material things for ourselves. We pray for everybody, so that everybody can enjoy this beautiful world that we have. And I think we are only enjoying it because of Swami's blessing, And when we look at what's happening in and around, you have so much fighting and chaos, turmoil in the entire universe, But if everyone will just consider that Baba always tells us that he will take care of us, wherever we are, he will take care of his devotees. We all will be better people in this world. Yeah.
And I know not only satsang is, you don't only conduct satsang here, but you do a lot of seva project as well. At Leela, if you could share, in a little seva that you have the center level has done, because I know recently we had some medical camps and things like that, an eye clinic, right? You wanted to share and how did public respond to that?
Oh yes, we had, the response was so high. The amount of people, we started here like what time? Like 5 o'clock in the morning. It had people here waiting to see the eye doctors and so. And we finished here about 9 in the night. Yeah. And then we do feeding the homeless, we does that, and anybody having problems, I think we try to help.
Counseling and things for
Yes.
some people,
Yes.
they do that, and also we do food hampers from time to time, together with the other centers who join with us, and we try to do some, give hampers to those who are in need, all right, and even help along with those who are building homes, with the other centers who are building the home. Once your presence is there, with them, everybody feels good to know that we all are the one big family. So I would say that the Sai family is really one big family, and Baba has endorsed us that Sai is it.
You have been, this center have been associated with the SSIO since its inception.
Well, that is all we know, and there is no way that we are going to change from that. All right, we that is what we know, and if Swami has established that from the beginning, I don't see why we will change from that. If Swami come tomorrow morning and say, I want you to move away from that and go to something else, I will do that, but only on his instructions. I will not take it. Somebody tell me, but I want you to move away from this and go to that. Definitely not me. I will stand because this is what I know from the beginning.
As we come to this, the end of this interview, any last advice or food for thought you would like to give to the general public, Auntie Leela and Uncle Dennis, as we close? Let me start with Auntie Leela, please. What do it's really nice to be here, to interview Uncle Dennis and Auntie Leela, who have been, Sai devotees for so much years now. You will see how many years
Well, since 79, when she started really.
Okay.
We actually got started the center. I think the center actually started in
1992, I think. Yeah.
I think 89, but the Sai Center itself, if you look, you might see something there. When we came the SDG first, I think, let me see. All right. So this here is when we became the center. We was affiliated as a Sathya Sai Baba Center. It was on the 18th of October 1999. Now, prior to that, we were SDG, Sai Devotional Group. So satsang used to be going on, but continuously, and we got upgraded in 1999 to a Sai Center.
Okay.
And from that time to now, we are still into the Sai Center.
Any last words on Auntie Leela?
Oh, well, nothing really. Everything was already said. And it have a lot of other things that, what happened before, like how we used to attend the Sangre Chiquito Sai Center for many, many years before we became a center. So we this in a very long time.
Well, I'd like to thank you both as myself being the chairman of this center, and I have been here for more than 25 years. I've been here in this center, and that love that you just shared, an experience that you shared with us, we feel that in this center, by you both, whenever devotees enter here, you treat them like family, and I can attest to that. So I want to thank you all so very much for sharing these precious and memorable experiences and moments, and the work you have done with the organization, right? And even they must be commended for taking, that to keep satsang here every Tuesday evening, and it is still going on. I know that we not congregated anymore due to the pandemic, but satsang is still going on virtual, and so we keep the members and the devotees, together as always. So no, that is how it is right now. We have virtual satsang. We hope and we pray that this pandemic will over and we'll come back to our center, because we miss coming here, as a Sai family together. So I want to thank you both again. All those little thoughts and little experiences will be noted by all, and what you have said, I am sure, will motivate and inspire others. I think this by going and speaking to the other devotees and I wouldn't say all, but the elders in the organization is something that is overdue, because many of them have been passing by and they have gone to the great beyond, and we didn't get the opportunity to hear and share their experiences and with the divine Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. So I think it is very commendable that we are having these Unite and Inspire programs. So I want to thank you both, and may Bhagavan continue to bless you and grant you your heart's desire. Jai Sai Ram.
Guys, we want to thank you too for taking your precious time to visit us today, and so that we can share some of our experiences. So we do hope that our little sharing of our experiences here will help to motivate others and to let them know that you just pray to Swami and everything. He'll take care of you. He'll take care of everything. Always ready. All right. Sai Ram.
Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Sai Baba, Guruvara Guru Baba. Guruvara Guruvara Guru Baba. Vidyanayaka Guru Baba. Vidyanayaka Guru Baba. Vidyanayaka Guru Baba. Vidyanayaka Guru Baba.